SEQTA can make students' individual learning visible to every teacher, and individualised learning focuses on the needs of individual students in the classroom. It's a terribly difficult thing for teachers to do day in, day out, but there's a couple of tools at their fingertips within SEQTA that support this process. Firstly, there are these alerts. The green icon shows the plan, so students can have attendance, medical, behavioural, learning plans. So they click on the green dot there, and then they'll be able to see the strategies that they need to be putting in place to support that child. This is an example of a child who was diagnosed with dyslexia, and there are a whole range of strategies that the teachers could potentially implement. Now if we look at the individualised learning tools, over here on the left, these are the students coming straight from SEQTA. Each child has their own individual learning pathway, and they only see that pathway, whereas the teacher can see every child and how they're progressing. When it's fully green, it means that that child has fully 100% completed that site. The red line is the now line. That's where they're currently up to. You can set your own due dates. And all the teacher has to do is click on the plus sign and find the site and then add from library. And then once they've got it in, they can start adjusting that pathway and moving these little Lego blocks around to suit the individual learning needs of students. And then when they come in on these sites, it functions very much like a Word document. So they can add learning intentions, they can add videos, basic question types and so on. So if a teacher knows Word, they can create these sites and they can share it with other teachers. And then when they come in here and they're viewing all of their students, there is also a marks book. Now this can be run as a formative marks book, or it can be pushed back into SEQTA. The little pen icon shows that it needs to be marked. So even that is an indicator to teachers that they've got to come in and add something in here. So they can mark it, they can leave written feedback, etc. Really, really simple and easy. And all of these sites, as I said, can be shared with other teachers within the school. And then they can be tracking students' own self-assessment as to how they're going. And so from a school's perspective, they get their own school organisational library. So all of the level 1 SEQTA training is added in there. Teachers get their own library of materials, and then they can easily share that with any other teachers within the school or even outside the school. So if we start to look at the benefits from a school's perspective and a teacher's perspective, they can create these really engaging individualised learning sites, track their progress, post just-in-time one-on-one feedback in real time to that child. They can be asking them questions. It makes their learning visible, and they get to see the child's entire learning pathway with just one click. So really simple and easy to manage. From a child's perspective, they can learn at their own pace, independently, 24/7. It gives them choice in how they show, particularly the capture learning allows them to choose how they show their learning to their teacher. It really helps them develop those skills of being independent, self-managed learners. And from a school's perspective, it really limits the impact of that staff turnover, because these sites are shared and available within the school. Teachers can't remove them and take them with them. Maximises the expertise of the teachers in your school, because they can be writing these great additional sites to be sharing with students who are on individual learning programs. You can build up these really big libraries, and ultimately it's about reducing teacher workload, because it's a really simple and easy digital workflow.